Okay, recording for Delaney and
Thanks, Mom.
Avalie and Chloe. The girls, right? Recording for the girls. The next page in your binder is this data collecting. This is kind of like you work in groups of 2 to 3 kids, and I'll let you pick your groups unless you want me to pick them. Whatever, okay? So we go through and we answer these questions. But before we answer these questions, if you turn over to the back of that, this is our math 2170. That's what this course is coded, by the way, if you're taking it for college credit. But also, these are last year's people, so we got to make a new table. Boo. All right, here we go. Let's make our new table down here. Boop. We need your...
Should we make it on the back side of this so we can see it, or do you want it on the back?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Make it wherever you want. I don't need to see it again. So if you want to put them in a different spot, that's totally fine. Okay, we have name. We have grade. We have male, female, gender. And we're not doing anything weird today, so just be good. No. All right. The other one is in alphabetical order, but I don't want to put you in alphabetical order, and I'm just going to go. So Megan over here in the corner. Megan Macklin. Do you want last names? No. Okay, let's just do Megan. Megan is a senior, and she is female. This could get dicey. All right, Hallie, Hallie. Did I spell that right?
Yeah.
Okay, senior, female. Then we got Jace. Senior, female.
Yep.
Just kidding. All right, then we got Carson.
Why did I actually
Senior, male.
Oh, it did.
Then we got Kellen. Junior, male. And who sits there? Oh, Delaney. I gotta figure out my empty seats here. Delaney, senior, female. Okay, I'm gonna go back around. We're gonna do Rem. Senior, male. We got, no, Avalie's on that side, right? By Jack. So Chloe. Chloe, senior. She's on vacay or something. Chloe. Silly girl. Senior, female. We got Jack. I'm going to run out of room.
Senior female.
Senior female. Hold on. Let me make my table just slightly bigger. There we go. Okay, Jack, senior male. And then we got Avalie in there. Or is she on the other side? Avalie's in the middle. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter. They're all going to get on the table anyway. Senior female. And Halley. Okay, we're learning. Junior female. Okay, so there's what we have. We got a little bit of stuff going on. All right. You may need this table for the front side. Let's talk about the front side. Okay. So in a group of 2 to 3 people, you can choose. I don't care, whatever. Your population is all students in the Blue Hill Statistics course. So this is your population. Okay. That is not a very large population. Right? Typically, you're doing populations that is like the whole state of Nebraska or the whole United States, whatever. But this is our population just to make this a little bit easier of a thing, right? There is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, no, 11. 11 people in our population. If I was doing this, I would just survey you all. But for simplistic sake, we're just doing this, okay? So our population is 11 students, all right? You will work in groups of 2 to 3 students for this assignment. Within your group, decide on 3 pieces of data that you would like to gather from this population. You do not actually have to gather this data. We're just categorizing your data into nominal ordinal interval ratio. And then we're figuring out stuff like that, right? Try to avoid using height, weight, or other values that we've already talked about. So if it's something that we like eye color, hair color, do something a little bit more exciting. Okay? How many nose hairs you have? Yeah, we can't actually gather that information because I don't want to do that. Okay, I need nose hairs. Whatever. Okay, try to do some variation so that they're not all like nominal and they're not all interval, right? Like try to vary them out a little bit. Okay, so you're going to write down here the 3 that you choose. 1, 2, 3 pieces of information. All right, then you're going to take those 3 and you're going to first label them as quantitative and categorical. Then you're going to label them as discrete continuous. Then you're going to label them as nominal ordinal interval ratio. Okay? So they should have 3 labels. If they're quantitative, they should only have 2 labels if they're categorical, because categorical is not discrete or continuous. Make sense? So you go on your flow chart and you figure out what these values from here, what categories they go in. Got it? Where appropriate. All right. For each of your 3 data categories, would you gather your information through a survey, by observation, or through an experiment?
Yes.
Okay? So like if I'm asking favorite color, which you cannot choose, I'm just going to ask that through a survey. But if I'm asking for weight, I'm going to ask that through observation so I get it correct. Make sense? Okay? Those types of things. Okay, so
Drink
for
a
each
gallon
of those
milk
3.
And then run a mile. That's an experiment.
Okay, but what is the data that we're collecting? Puke or no puke?
How
Okay.
long until they puke?
How long until they puke? So time it takes
So
to
you have to
puke.
run more
So
than
time it
5
takes to puke when you've chugged milk and run a mile. Okay.
I'm gonna run a whole 5K.
If you're
Okay.
Hudson, then you can just keep on running.
After
Yeah,
drinking
sure.
a whole gallon of milk.
Okay, then the last one, number 4, has an A, B, C, D, E. Suppose you plan to choose a sample of 5 students. Are you guys listening to this bottom part? Out of these 11 students, we're going to choose 5 to be in our sample, right? Explain how you would go about choosing that sample if you are doing it this way. Okay? Simple random sample. Maybe you are like putting everybody's names in a hat and drawing them out. Maybe you're assigning a random number generator. I don't know. You're going to list advantages and disadvantages of your thing. And then over here off to the side, I'm going to have you actually find your sample. Who is in your sample from down below? Who are the 5 names that are in your sample? Who are the 5 names that are in your sample? Okay, so add another column over here. Using each one of these methods, who are the 5 that are in that sample? Got it? Good, good? Okay, beautiful. Okay, questions? All right. Pair off into your groups, and you can work on this for the rest of the period. Kind of short, but it takes a little bit of time, so.
Hey, Nate.
Okay, there you go. Goodbye.